I'm just gonna do this as much time as possible to get my money's worth. The Triple S Balenciagas I've been wanting for about 1.5 years, and I feel awful, but really not that terrible. Brad, you're so loud.
I didn't know you were shooting. Sorry.
Jesus f***ing Christ, he's not even shooting. Today we're gonna be grilling short ribs. Most people, when they hear that, they think it's like you gotta go low and slow with them, but instead I'm gonna show you how to grill them. This is part of our June, July cover story. This is the recipe. I always wanted to be a cover girl, but I just thought my face would be on it, not my short ribs. First things first, you can use whatever kind of chili you like. I'm just using 4 red Fresno chilies. You can use serranos or jalapenos. I just go for the Fresnos because I like their kind of in-between heat. If you wanted super spicy, you could leave the seeds in, but I actually remove them. The marinade is so concentrated and strong that it doesn't need to sit for hours and hours or days. We're gonna take the chilies and just coarsely chop them. We have 3 lemongrass stalks. I'm just gonna trim kind of this much. Really, I don't need to use that bit. That's kind of the tough top part. And then I'm gonna remove about the first layer. This is just the papery, super fibrous part that doesn't break down. And then I'll just coarsely chop this. Not too much chopping. Nothing needs to be a fine chop. It's all gonna get pureed. We have 3-inch, 4-inch piece of ginger, 3-inch. So I'm just gonna trim this up. You could use a spoon. I kind of skip that and just go. Just trim it right up. I am taking some of the flesh off with a knife, but I feel like just right underneath the skin is still quite tough and bitter and not revealing the kind of fresh ginger flavor. So with a spoon, I almost take another layer off. And then I'll cut this into rounds. One tablespoon light brown sugar, 1 teaspoon toasted sesame oil, 4 tablespoons kind of any neutral oil, vegetable oil, grapeseed oil, and then 3 tablespoons seasoned vinegar. Taking 3 cloves of garlic, just smashing this down. And then we're just gonna puree this whole thing up. So that should be good. You basically want to go until it's pretty smooth, not necessarily attractive, orangey, special sauce kind of look to it. So we're dealing with 3 pounds of short ribs. I'm washing my hands because I'm about to use salt. They might edit this out, they might not. Don't come for me. So we're gonna go pretty generous on the salt. These are some fatty pieces of meat. If you want to season them lightly, that's your choice. I like bland food. Now we'll pour the marinade. Whew, it's intense. And just toss. If you have gloves, you could use your hands. I don't want to put on gloves. Even coating, like, there's plenty of marinade to go around. Let this sit for 15 minutes or up to an hour. I wouldn't go too long with this. I wouldn't make it a day ahead just because there's vinegar in there and it could kind of play around with the meat and its texture, and we don't want that to happen. I'm just double checking. There's a few people who are a little dirty. Get all that kind of grit, gunk, whatever, so you have a nice clean grill. We have a grill at like medium high right now. And once you have a really clean grate, I just take some paper towels, fold it over, use tongs, take some oil, dip the paper towel in oil, and then just give it a swipe. And from there, we'll grill our short ribs. So these go for about 2 minutes per side. I'm gonna swap my tongs out. It's a bit dramatic, but why not? And you just want them to kind of brown around the edges, get those grill marks going. You don't want to overcook them so they don't get tough. They cook super fast, yeah. Okay, we have our short ribs. They just came off the grill. We're gonna let them rest for a few minutes. Meanwhile, we're gonna take this big ass daikon. We're probably gonna use maybe half. Peel this. We'll cut this in half. And then you could either cut it into rounds or you could cut into half moons, which is what I'm gonna do. Love daikon. I'm gonna transfer the daikon to a bowl. I'm doing a quick pickle of sorts. You know, it really is a quick pickle because it only takes a few minutes. I'm gonna season this lightly with salt. What I think is lightly. Add the remaining 2 tablespoons seasoned rice vinegar, and then I'm using my bare hands. I think it's best to use your bare hands for this. Just kind of massage the daikon a bit. You want to kind of break it down a bit more salt. Radishes can actually take quite a bit of salt. It's salty, it's bright, has a nice crunch to it, and they're going to pair really well with the short ribs that are fatty and nice and spicy. So let's just plate a few of these up. Now I'm going to leave the liquid behind. I'm just going to add the crunchy radish. This. I haven't eaten all day. There you have it. Grilled short ribs with pickled daikon. Very, very easy. That's it. Hope you enjoy. What?